Hey there, this is the One Boom, and today we are talking about the Sleeper Agent field upgrade in Black Ops 6. This is a very controversial field upgrade, and, well, y'all know why. If you played the beta, you know why. Using the Sleeper Agent field upgrade essentially changes your operator to be the default operator of the other faction, puts a blue name above your head that enemies can see, and allows you to listen and talk to them through comms. I've seen a lot of people talking about this, but I don't think anybody's noticed that it changes your operator. So basically, if you are playing as a really standoutish operator, let's say they add like a really crazy skin, like another like Diablo 4 tie-in type skin to like Black Ops 6, you know, obviously if you're on the enemy team and everyone can see you as that skin, using the perk or the field upgrade that makes your name blue isn't really going to affect much. So they do change the operator. I don't see anybody talking about this, but it does change your operator. And yeah, as long as you're using a suppressed weapon, you won't show up on the minimap, but fortunately, for the balance of this field upgrade, you don't show up at all on the enemy minimap. So while you don't show up as a red dot unless you are firing an unsuppressed weapon, you also don't show up as a blue triangle, so that might be a nice little clue. Basically, this field upgrade is going to severely punish people for not doing two things. And one I agree with and one I don't. So it punishes you for not paying attention to your surroundings, your kill feed, and your minimap. The kill feed especially because when you get a kill as a sleeper agent, you show up as a redacted name in the kill feed. So if your teammate suddenly dies and the next thing in the kill feed is that little black bar, then the person near you shooting is probably a sleeper agent. So, you know, it's going to reward you for paying attention, and it's going to punish you for not paying attention. Okay, that's kind of okay, in my opinion. But what it really punishes you for is not running the Vigilance perk, which just hard counters this. If they have Vigilance, or better put, a nat 20 in Perception, they're gonna see right through your Sleeper Agent field upgrade and not give a shit. And then there's a really imbalanced thing about this. You still get aim assist rotation and slowdown on an enemy Sleeper Agent, so mouse and keyboard players won't have that ability to detect a Sleeper Agent, whereas I have actually killed Sleeper Agents because I just got that little bit of slowdown over aiming at somebody, and it's like, wow, that's obviously not good, and further proves my point that crossplay is a joke and should not have been implemented in the way that it has been. Anyway, that's a different video for a different time. So, what's the deal with this, and how could they make this a little bit more balanced, a little less frustrating? Because it is very frustrating. If you don't have Vigilance, you essentially can have somebody who hasn't got any kills yet or anything. You know, basically there's nothing for you to really pay attention to, and they will show up, let's say, in a door frame, and they look like an operator on your team with a blue name above their head, and then they just kill you immediately. Like, yeah, there's gonna be funny moments where you're tapping into enemy comms, being like, hey, I'm gonna come get you guys, and everyone starts going, oh shit, you know, there's an enemy spy on our team, and that could be a lot of fun in casual pub matches. I love the amount of microphone emphasis Treyarch has in this game. Between the meat shield mechanic and this, I love how much they want us to talk to each other. It makes the game feel a little bit more community oriented, and I like that. We haven't seen something like this since the eavesdrop perk back in like COD 4, so really cool. But you don't want to get knocked off your streak by somebody in front of you playing as your team's operator with a blue name above their head, and that's where I'm annoyed at it. That's where it's like, it doesn't work. That is so much more broken, and that brokenness outweighs the potential fun, in my opinion. Especially if you're going up against a mouse and keyboard player who will not get aim assist slowdown. So even if they sort of like react to you, they can't like pull their gun up and get that aim assist rotation and go, oh, this is a gunfight. They can pull up their sight and they're not going to get any change in feedback. They have to look up at their minimap and go, oh, you're not on the minimap, you're an enemy, and by that time you're already dead. Like, Call of Duty gunfights happen within like 300 milliseconds, so no, this person's already dead in this hypothetical scenario. So I think they should do two things to it. First things first, there should be a suppressed sidearm that you pull out with a tack knife when you get this field upgrade. I do not think you should be able to use your primary weapon at all. I think it should automatically switch you to a suppressed USP with a tactical knife. That would make it interesting and fun to use, and it obviously keeps you off the minimap, so that mechanic is staying intact, but you are switching to a pistol knife combo like in previous Call of Duty games and older Call of Duty games. We have not seen this come back in so long, and you should have to pull it out, and then when somebody sees somebody with a suppressed USP with a tack knife, they know they're dealing with a sleeper agent. You're still gonna look like their team's operator, you have a blue name above your head, and I think that if they look at you and go, oh, that's just a blue guy, and they're not paying attention to what's in your hands, then that's on them, and they sort of deserve to lose that gunfight, and they deserve to get assassinated or meat shielded. The next thing that I think should happen is that your minimap should start to get a little bit scrambled when they're near, like the old Modern Warfare 2 Scrambler perk. Basically, if your minimap starts to get all fuzzy and glitchy, that means that the sleeper agent is near you and, because they're essentially hacking your comms, they're hacking your intel. So it would be kind of interesting if your minimap started to bork the moment they got near you. And within like 10 meters or maybe like 7 meters or so. Basically, if they're in the building with you, you should know, but obviously it shouldn't be something where you can't pull off a flank or anything anymore. So you have the tac knife that's really good for like getting quick melee kills, but of course you're causing all this static and people know you're in the building with them, but you of course are fast and stabby, and using a suppressed pistol in close quarters, you kind of have the advantage there. That makes it more of an infiltration field upgrade about getting in up close and personal, flanking the enemy team, and being an all-around sneaky spy. Forcing the enemy team to pay attention is a good thing. I don't mind that. It's just if you use that field upgrade in the current state of the game, what we played in the beta, you could just head glitch a rock with an assault rifle, aim down a lane, and just start killing people with a blue name above your head. So you could put yourself in a position of gunfight advantage, like with a head glitch, make your name blue, change your operator, and just start mowing people down. And even if they have vigilance and they can see right through you, what the people with vigilance are gonna see is you guys are all getting shot and not shooting back or helping or benefiting or anything like that. So, not good. I think they should change this. So that's my idea of how they should change it. Let me get into a little bit of something else here. I did see some people saying that it's going to confuse people and they're going to report people for cheating because it'll look like they're cheating. Basically, the complaint has been that normie players might see this and think that the game is broken or glitched or whatever, and they won't like it. Okay, this has been a thing since Call of Duty first started making perk changes. Like, as soon as Call of Duty gave you the ability to not take fall damage with certain perks, people are like, hey, how did you not take fall damage? You should have died there, because they don't read the perks or know how they work. Call of Duty should never be adding something to the game based on whether or not that a normie 9-to-5er that doesn't fucking read and doesn't care and doesn't know anything about the game, make sure they're not confused. No, there is no fucking reason that we should be limiting what we add to Call of Duty so that it doesn't confuse normie players. The field upgrade has logistic balance problems, and those problems should be addressed. The problem that shouldn't be addressed is that one guy in your team that doesn't know what's in the game that he purchased and is just confused all the time. That guy is not paying attention, he's hopeless, don't worry about it. We should not limit what is added to COD for that guy. I hate to think that anything has been left out of COD, any interesting cool mechanics like this have been left out of previous COD games out of fear of confusing somebody who plays 1 hour a day and can't read descriptions of the stuff he's unlocking. As for my opinion, like I said, it encourages communication, it makes the game feel somehow more community oriented, and it's kind of hard to put my finger on why. It reeks of TF2 spy mechanic, and I love it. I just love it. I think it should be more of a dedicated playstyle when you activate it, and I disagree with the people saying, oh, it lasts too long or whatever. You know what? Call of Duty is very sweaty and very fast paced. I actually don't mind a field upgrade that gives you time to formulate plans and strategies and flanks. So that's okay with me. Now I'm gonna sneak in my hot take about this. I think that because it takes so long to charge, it should give you Amplify and Dead Silence. If you have the minimap scrambler, suppressed pistol and tac knife, and then you are silent and can hear footsteps better, I feel like that is just its own playstyle. That's practically like a specialist ability that you can use once, twice, 3 times a game if you're getting a lot of score, and I'm honestly okay with that. I don't mind getting killed by somebody who has had to switch to a pistol knife combo and has to sneak around and be careful and is hard countered by one of the blue tier perks. I do not mind that guy going on a tear. If you go on a tear with a pistol and knife because you are using the essentially secret agent field upgrade, that's fine with me. And if it confuses 9-to-5ers that don't read their perk and field upgrade and unlock descriptions and don't know what they're doing and all they do is use the XM4 and sit in a corner, I don't fucking care. I hope you confuse them. I hope they get mad and report you and never play the game again. Anyway, yeah, but that's fine. Nobody watches my videos to this point anyway, so no one's gonna hear me say that. See you when I see ya. Bye.